if we give ourselves the education we need, we can make the impact we want to make.
The idea is that valedictorians are all the time fixated on their books. So technically, they don't have the time to indulge themselves in other extracurricular activities. How true is this?
That statement will be true for some people, but not for me. I was really indulged in church activities. I gave my all in my studies as well as my all in serving God. So I served God as if there was no books, and I studied as if there was no God.
Oh, what a day. Welcome, lovely people. My name is Augustine. As you can clearly see, we are in the space of UCC, the University of Cape Coast. During and in the period of the 57 congregation, we are going to be having conversations with the overall valedictorians. Joining me today is Miss Gifty Dede Anorhia Terkper, a student who graduated with a CGPA of 4.0 from the College of Education Studies, specifically the Department of Education and Psychology. Join me as we converse with them.
Graduating with a CGPA of 4.0, welcome our valedictorian, Ms. Gifty Dede Anorhia Terkper.
Success, they see, doesn't come by chance. It comes by choice, consistency, and commitment. From the tract of Krobo, Odumase in the eastern region of Ghana has she come, with a resilient spirit to attaining what many strive, but few achieve. Perfect CGPA of 4.0, specifically from the Department of Psychology in the University of Cape Coast.
Provost present, Nanano, faculty members, distinguished guests, honored parents.
Meet Miss Gifty Dede Anorhia Terkper, the young woman whose story is as inspiring as extraordinary.
So, Miss Gifty, welcome.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to finally have you here with us.
Oh, it's a pleasure having you.
Right, just a quick one. How does it genuinely feel to realize that after your 4 years of education, you have emerged as your overall valedictorian for your college? How does it feel?
It's really suiting and overwhelming because I realized that a lot of my mates were also trying their best. They also wanted to achieve that same height. But one thing that I kept on telling myself was, I'm just doing my best. If it happens that I get overall, fine. If it doesn't happen, it's also fine. And the way people are responding to this whole success is really overwhelming. So I'm really, really happy and grateful to God for helping me through up to this time.
Right. From the rejoinder you have given, clearly it wasn't something that you planned, that, okay, now that I have started my education, I want to be the overall valedictorian for my college, right?
Yeah.
And then again, you mentioned success. But before I give you the platform to share with us what success actually means to you, I want you to share with us a brief background of yourself.
Okay, so as we all know, I'm Gifty Dede Anorhia Terkper,
Right.
from the Odumase Krobo clan. I happen to also have 5 siblings. I'm the 4th of them.
Oh, also.
Yeah. I had my basic school education at Suhum M basic school.
Right.
B to be specific, because it's a cluster of schools, so we have A, B, and C. So I was at the B side. Then I had my JHS education at Adukrom Methodist JHS. Then I had my senior high school education at Ghana Senior High School, that's Koforidua. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm a proud beacon.
Right. That's awesome. I have an ask. Considerably, with all these academic experiences you have garnered within the course of your life, specifically your basic education, your junior high school, your senior high school, I want you to briefly tell us, what has the experience been for you?
It has really been a very wonderful experience because right from my basic school, by the grace of God, I've been having this academic success right from that stage. Yeah. So those of my mates who know me from basic school are not surprised about this success.
Oh, okay.
However, for me, I believe that success is not really about you competing with others. It's about you setting goals for yourself and being able to achieve it.
Oh,
so it is not about you being able to top other people. It is about you being able to achieve the goal that you set for yourself. So for
Right.
success, I believe it is an individual perspective,
Right.
and we all work by that.
Right. I was just about asking you what success meant to you, because clearly, with this remarkable feat you have racked up within the course of your academic journey, people will define what you have attained as success. But now that you have given us a clear understanding of success, I think that's way better.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about your lifetime in UCC. Was UCC part of your dreams? Did you ever dream of actually furthering your education at the University of Cape Coast?
Yes. I really wanted to come to the University of Cape Coast because I heard so much about this school.
Ooh.
I heard about the fact that they are really academic focused. I heard about the fact that you have to put in your best. And I always like challenge. Like I want to come out of the challenge that I give to myself successfully.
Right.
I want to be able to meet my objective. So I told myself that no matter what, I'm coming to UCC. And by the grace of God, God gave me the opportunity to come to UCC. And coming to UCC was just the best of all. I met wonderful people with wonderful perspectives and backgrounds, and I learned so much from them. So for UCC, it was part of the best.
Right.
wanted.
That's so awesome. I think you guys should get us a space where myself and Gifty could probably have a challenge thrown at us and then see who actually matches as a valedictorian in that particular perspective. Right, that's awesome. But you mentioned that you heard a lot about University of Cape Coast.
Yeah.
And that's how they are academic focused.
Yeah.
Now, from the perspective of many, the idea is that valedictorians are all the time fixated on their books. So technically, they don't have the time to indulge themselves in other extracurricular activities. How true is this? Was there ever a time where you had yourself indulge in other extramural activities?
Okay, so I would say that statement will be true for some people, but not for me. I was really indulged in church activities, a proud GAMSU member and an ambassador, of course.
Awesome.
So by the grace of God, I held some positions. So it could tell you that I was supposed to do my executive duties as well as study. So for me, I gave my all in my studies as well as my all in serving God. So I served God as if there was no books, and I studied as if there was no God. And by the blend of these two, I was able to achieve this feat. Yeah.
That is an amazing expression you have given us right there. Now, I want you to help us understand. Clearly, you were engaged in other activities alongside your academic. How were you able to balance all these things out? What were some of the strategies you put in place to ensure that you emerged, successful in all these areas?
Okay, so the first thing I did for myself was to find myself. So every individual has a specific way he or she is able to grasp things so well.
Right.
And the same thing applies to me. I realized that I was good at learning in class as well as learning through group studies and peer teaching. So that was my focus. I never really had personal timetable or personal time to study. Why? Because I felt it would be boring and I'll feel tired and all that. So I had my group members and we named ourselves the Scholar Circle. We're counting about 20-25 people in that same group study. And by the grace of God, they really helped me and I also helped them. I always had to teach when we go for meetings, and through that, I was building up myself, because it is said that the more you talk about something, the more you mention something, the more the thing sticks. So the more I was teaching them, the more it was sticking for me.
Wow.
The more I was being able to remember them, because I've said it over and over again to help my mates understand. So the more I'm saying it, the more it's helping me. If you hear what I'm saying for the first time, probably I've read it already, so it becomes the second for me. The next person becomes the third for me. So repetition and rehearsals kind of helps you to maintain knowledge. Yeah, so that's really what helped me to be able to get my notes stuck in my head and all that. So examination was not really something that was so difficult, because I had those things at my fingertips and I was able to sail through with that.
Wow, clearly Gifty is so much attuned to various concepts of psychology, because all the things she's saying, I can literally smell the diverse perspective from psychology. Now help us understand. You mentioned how you were engaging with your peers, how you used to roll with them and create that platform where you possibly could teach them. How important has networking been for you?
Networking is one of the most important things I would say in every individual's life. Depends on who you know and what you get to know. So who you know will tell us that this is what you know. I believe that my mates were in the same class with me. They were studying the same thing as I was studying. So if I am discussing it with them, if I'm teaching them, it means that I'm connecting with them. I'm trying to know them. I'm trying to know what they also have. So the more I connected with them, the more I built myself. And the more I built myself, the more I became successful.
Wow. I love this quote that you express within the course of your speech. That who, in fact, if people see the people that you normally roll with, they are able to tell that this is what you know. I want you to take that part again, but slower.
Okay, so as I was saying, who you know determines what you know. Because as you connect with people, what they know is what they impart into you.
Wow.
I hope you understand, yeah.
This is awesome. This is awesome. I'm taken aback by all these remarkable expressions Mr. Gifty has given us. But Miss Gifty, help us understand within the course of your academic journey. Understandably, everybody gets to a part or a point of his life where he or she encounters some significant challenges. Were there even some significant challenges that you encountered within the course of your life? And how were you able to overcome these challenges?
Okay, so I would say that I also face challenges just as every other individual on campus, where we have stress coming into our
Stress.
lives, and I will have group studies. As I said, I studied through group studies a lot. So I would have group studies, but still I'll be tired, I'll be stressed out. But my people helped me through. So that's why I was saying that people are very, very important in our journey. We are made by many hearts and hands. So if you allow people to hold you up in their hearts and in their hands, you're able to rise up even when you are falling. So I got times where I was stressed out, I was tired. I couldn't even pull myself to study. But my group members, Gifty, we have to study. Gifty, we have to do this. So they're pulling me along, coming to discuss with them, study with them, overnight meetings and all that really helped me through all those challenges of stress and all that. I had challenges as all my mates having single scores in quizzes and all that.
Wow.
But that did not deter me from seeking to achieve my goal. I wanted to make A's in my courses, and by the grace of God, I was able to make all A's. But it was not so easy. I had 8 in some quizzes, but I still strived at. I still strived hard, focused, and by the grace of God, I was able to make A in those courses as well. So what I would say is that challenges are inevitable. Changes are inevitable. They are the only constants that we'll have in this world. But how you adapt to those changes really determine what makes out of it.
Wow. I'm utterly astounded by all these things Miss Gifty is sharing with us. Miss Gifty, I am so taken aback by all these things. But I want you to take this platform and share with us. Has there ever been a time you've encountered failure? And how has failure shaped your perspective relative to certain matters?
Okay, so I faced some challenges or failures. I would say they were challenges, not failures per se, because I believe that whatsoever we face in this life, whether good or bad, they are to teach us lessons.
Right.
And those lessons are supposed to be our possessions because our experiences are our possessions.
Right.
So, like I gave an example, I had 8 in one of my courses, one quiz. And for ECC, we have only 2 quizzes, one 20, the other 20. So you add the 2 to get your assessment of 40, over 40, yeah. So I realized that this 8, unless I do so well in the other one before I will be able to. So I saw it as a challenge that could have deterred me from getting an A in that course.
Right.
But I learned something that if I face this challenge with a positive mindset, that if I'm able to do better in the next one and I'm able to do better in my exam, I'll be able to achieve my A. Then I'll be able to achieve it. But if I look back and I say, oh, this 8 will not permit me to achieve my A, so let me just relax, not study and all that, I would have failed in that course.
Right.
So I believe that failure or that challenge I had of having 8, of having lower scores in some courses, I realized that they were rather stepping stones for me to do better in the other quizzes that are up, then in my exam, then get my A.
Right. That's highly incredible, fellas. But then again, Miss Gifty, it is highly undoubtful that a lot of people find themselves in the same positions and spaces that you possibly have gone through already. And some are at a juncture where they feel that all hope is lost. Others are at a juncture where, in fact, they don't want to even continue with whatever goal that they want to attain within their life. As somebody who has gone through the mill of all these distinct challenges and has imbibed a lot of lessons from them, and understanding that there are several people out there who possibly may find themselves in the same position as you have been through, what thing would you tell them?
Okay, so I mentioned this in my speech while I was giving the valedictorian speech that we are different people with our own uniqueness, our own special differences. And that's what makes us better. And that's what makes life perfect because life is dynamically diverse. We can't all have 4.0. We can't all have the A's. We can't all have the success we are dreaming of as at now. The challenges that we are facing right now are stepping stools to better futures. If you face those challenges and those failures that probably you are seeing right now with a positive mindset, then I believe that you will know and you will find out that there is something precious in those challenges. As I said, our experiences are our possessions. They are our precious gifts that we should hold on to and the lessons out of them and become a better versions of ourselves. So no matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter how you've fallen, it is not the end for you. So far as you have life, you have a better future. Let me tell you.
Wow.
So far as you have life, you have a better future. So make it a point that wherever you've gotten to, look at the best that you can find in that failure. Look at the best that you can find in that challenge and pursue that best. And I will tell you, it will lead to a better future that you would even not have imagined. So please, don't give up.
That is so awesome. I literally feel that every crevice and rift within myself is literally being healed by all these wonderful and beautifully woven words that you have given right now. And so Miss Gifty says that as long as there is life, you have a better future. Now I'm so appreciated for the time that you have expended to be here with us. And as a matter of fact, share the experiences that you have racked up within the course of your academic journey. But then one more thing before you depart. The concern is after this particular place, what next? What are the things that you have possibly thought about? What are some of the things that you are probably piecing together, within the next step of your journey?
Okay, so I am really academic oriented. So I believe that if we give ourselves the education we need, we can make the impact we want to make. I would want to make impact in the lives of young ladies, young men, young women. And I believe that education is the key to that. So for me, this is just the first step. The next step is to continue with my academics after service, try as much as possible to achieve a height that I'll be able to know and feel the pain of others and also help them as much as I can. Because if I'm not able to achieve that height, it will be a little difficult for me to achieve the goal of helping these young ones.
Right.
So I hope to be able to further finish up and come and give back to Mother Ghana.
Wow. Thank you so much once again, Miss Gifty. This is highly incredible. So, fellas, that was an insightful conversation that we had with Miss Gifty. Indeed, she has spoken a lot of things that I believe has had an impact on your very being. And I am of the belief that if we go to an extent of piecing all these things that we are racked up together, it will go a long way to helping us. I believe that you enjoyed this conversation. If you did, kindly let us know your opinions in the comments box. Thank you. Until next time, stay awesome and sayonara.